Hello, Carl here, and we're going through the lessons. We're up to lesson 9, which is on overcalling. We're using BridgeCarlos app, which you can get from the App Store, or there's a link on my website, bridgecarlos.com. So here we are on the second layout of lessons. It's going to overcalls, and we need to get our terminology right. When we are the first person to bid, we are opening. When our partner opens the bidding and we bid, we are responding. When our opponents open the bid and we make a bid, it's called overcalling. So they've opened the bidding. They've got, if they opened at the 1 level, we know that they have 13 high card points. So we make a bid for one of several reasons. And this sounds a bit nasty. We're trying to get up their nose, so to speak. Now, we're not poor sports people. We do this because it's a necessary part of the game, and if we don't overcall, if we just sit there mute, we give our opponents a free run of the table, and they will find their contract completely free of obstruction. So overcalling has an obstructive role. The next thing we do is investigate the possibility that we have a legitimate contract. Now, in the other lessons, we've talked about shortage points and length points, and we've discussed that our hand strength can be quite distributional. So although there's only 40 high card points, and if they've got more than half of the high card points, it might appear that we're out of the game in terms of having the winning contract. But if we have a superior fit, for example, say I've got 5 clubs and my partner has 5 clubs, and we might each have a void that's with a 10 card fit. Those voids are worth 5 points each. We might end up with more points than opponents, even though we have less high card points. So it's quite possible that we have a legitimate contract in order that we need to bid. And I've used a ridiculous example here where one partnership receives all the black cards and the other partnership receives all the red cards. In that situation, whoever gets in first with their slam bid is going to make it. Well, in fact, whoever happens to have the 7 spades would have the winning contract. But the other contracts, 7 clubs, 7 diamonds, 7 hearts, they would all make. Another reason we overcall is that we are cluing partner up on what they should lead to us. So say we have an ace-queen in whatever suit. We want our partner to lead at that suit. We don't want to be forced to lead our ace. If partner leads at our ace-queen and our right-hand opponent has the king, then we can play our queen and make 2 tricks from those 2 high cards. And the third lead might be get a ruff. So it's important to signal to partner where our strength lies. Another reason we might toss in an overcall is to tell partner that we have some points and where our length is, so that we might make a sacrifice bid. Now, the app doesn't talk much about vulnerability because it attempts to make the whole thing easier for beginners. But as you become more advanced, you'll start to look at the vulnerability on each board, and when opponents are vulnerable, meaning they stand to score a big score if they make a game contract, and where you and your partner are not vulnerable, which means your penalties are not so great, there are often times when you want to bid a contract that you cannot reach, even knowing that you cannot reach it, simply because the score for not making is less than the score for them making. So you might go, the example we use here is it's better to go 1 down doubled not vul, with opponents score 100, than let your opponents bid and make 2 hearts, which scores them 110. So bridge is a game of pluses and minus scores, and sometimes the minuses are less than opponent's pluses. So when do we have a legitimate overcall? To overcall at the 1 level, you don't need much at all. You need a 5-card suit and 8 high card points. To overcall incrementally at the 2 level, you need a 5-card suit and 10 high card points. You can overcall with a 4-card suit. It's perfectly legal, but it's dangerous. And as a beginner, I would suggest don't do it. And I personally never do it until sometimes I do it later in the bidding when it's clear that there's a suit not being bid and that my partner more than likely has some cards in that suit. But if you stick to this 5-card suit overcall, then your partner knows that they only need 3 cards in that suit in order to constitute a fit. And if they're going to support your overcall with, say, 9 points, they can maybe add some shortage points to help them get to that 9. Much safer to overcall with 5-carders. Now, you'll remember back in our lessons on opening, we discussed weak openings. Just as we can preempt with a long suit, we can also preempt with an overcall. So if we've got a hand that qualified it as a weak opener, but our right-hand opponent opened the bidding before we got to make our opening, we can often make the same bid as an overcall, but it must be a jump. If it's not a jump bid, then partner will misinterpret it. So here's our example. Say they open 1 diamond and we bid 2 spades. What we're signalling there to partner is that we have 6 to 11 high card points and we have 6 cards in the spade suit. If opponents bid 1 spade and we bid 2 diamonds, there's no jump there. There's no gap on the bidding ladder. So that's not a weak jump overcall. It's a regular 5-card overcall, and we're telling partner we have 10 points and at least 5 diamonds. So if partner makes an overcall, remember to check for the jump. So if they've jumped, then you only need 2 cards in that suit to constitute a fit. If they didn't jump, then they're only calling a 5-carder, and you need 3 before you can start adding in shortage. Now a 1 no trump overcall is almost the same as a 1 no trump opener. So you need 15 to 17 high card points, and you need stops in opponent's suit. Now sometimes, say they call 1 diamond, they might be bidding that 1 diamond with, say, king and jack of diamonds. And if you're sitting there with the ace, queen, 10, then that's 3 tricks. You can finesse each time. If you play through your right-hand opponent with those diamonds, I call it a sawtooth, because for each card they've got, you've got the 1 higher. So you're sitting pretty on that particular suit. So you don't want to sit mute with a hand like that, because in no trumps you'll do very, very nicely as you lead through their suit. It's quite possible you're sitting on a 3 no trump if your partner has some good points. So you have the advantage, 2 advantages. You know where the bulk of their strength lies, and you're sitting over them. So let's do some practice. Right hand opponent opened 1 club. Now, straight away I can see that I don't have a 5-card suit. So what do I have a bid? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 points. What I do here is I ask my partner to bid a suit, and the way I ask partner to bid a suit is to double. Double is correct. So if it's stronger than an opening hand, I double purely to show strength. Partner doesn't know why I'm doubling straight away. let's have a look. So partner with no points still must bid. The double is forcing. They would bid their longest suit, which is hearts. So if my left-hand opponent doesn't make a bid, then my partner is going to bid a heart. But the opening was in clubs, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's a good chance we're going to get a spade bid here, one spade, in which case my partner's just going to pass, to say, can't help you, even though you've got an opening hand. So we'll look at another one. Right-hand opponent, open 1 diamond. And this is what I was talking about with the sawtooth pattern. We've got ace, queen, 10. So the jack fits into that slot and the queen fits into that slot. So we've got it all over our right-hand opponent in diamonds. But I don't have enough points to make an overcall. But should they overextend themselves and bid too high here, this is a good hand where we might double, because they won't expect that. They won't expect that they're not going to make anything in diamonds. Let's have a look. The jack's there, but the king's there. So things aren't always as one expects. Let's deal again. Right-hand opponent open 1 no trump, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Would you bid 2 spades? You've got a 5, you've got 10 points and a 5-carder. 2 spades is correct. Open 1 spade again and look at our spades. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's nothing we can say. We have to pass and hope that they stay in spades, but it doesn't seem likely. Our left-hand opponent has got a maximum of 2 spades, so he's not going to support spades. We know that he's got a maximum of 2 spades because RHO has 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's only 13, maximum of 2. Let's have a look. He has 1 and my partner has 1. So in response to 1 spade, my LHO is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1 no trump. Can't go to the 2 level because he doesn't have 10 points. 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's look at the next one. RHO open 1 heart. A singleton heart. It's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm just going to double and ask my partner for a suit. Now what's partner going to bid? Hearts was the opening. I've doubled. Partner's going to bid spades and he's got 7 points. I'm going to get a pass here because less than 6 points. 2 spades, sorry, 1 spade. It's interesting, isn't it? Clubs all make, got 5 club tricks and can probably keep control of the spade suit and the diamond suit. Probably makes 4 spades there. They make the king of spades, but we've got good values. Can take them all out and run the race. Depends what they lead. We're looking for overcalls of 1 of a suit. 1 heart. 4, 5, 6. You can't call. You don't have a 5-carder. 1 diamond. We don't have enough points. That's a pass. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So can we overcall? Yes, we've got a 5-card suit, we have 10 points, so we can bid 2 hearts. Open 1 diamond, 7, 8, 9, we can bid a heart. 1 club, 7, 8, 9, 10, we don't have a 5-carder. So even though we've got 10 points, we have to pass. I'm looking for one where we can overcall with a weak jump. There we go. Except that they open diamonds. Freakish. One diamond will never make, of course, but they're not going to stay in one diamond. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I would bid 2 diamonds there, just to tell partner I've got an opening hand and I've got their suit. What will it say? Pass. 1 diamond, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Just double. Double and ask partner to bid. And then when you rebid spades, partner knows that you are strong. So you double, you ask partner for a suit, and then you duly ignore it, is saying, not only have I got a lot of points, but I've got a lovely suit. So we might leave it there on overcalling. We didn't manage to deal ourselves a weak jump overcall, but if you go back to the lesson on opening weak, you'll see the sort of hand that qualifies as a weak jump overcall. That's it. See you in the next lesson. Have a lovely day. Cheers.